What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and in this video, I'm gonna share with you how I took out way too much debt, how I actually ended up over $5 million in debt, and what you can do to know how much debt is good and how much debt is gonna end up getting you in a lot of trouble. So with all of that being said, let's jump into it. All right, guys, if you're new to the channel, my name's Chandler Smith, and I've been investing in real estate for the last 7 years. Now, I currently own 99 units of rental real estate, and I've got a 15-plex under contract right now. Now, if you're wondering why I'm sitting here on the floor, the honest answer is it's for dramatic effect on YouTube because I am so sick of everyone trolling me about debt. I get so many comments every day. I get messages on Instagram. I get people talking to me personally and saying, Chandler, you're so foolish for taking out so much debt in real estate. Because here's the deal. Right now, you're absolutely killing it. We know it. You've talked about it. You've shared that you're cash flowing well and yada, yada, yada. But if we get another 2008, you're going to be absolutely screwed. You're going to have all this debt and you're gonna get left with the bag. And so in this video, sitting on my floor, pretending to be in agony because of all of this debt, I'm gonna share with you why this debt has been one of the best decisions in my life. You either came here to see the fact that I got too much debt and I'm in trouble, or you clicked on it because you know this is how YouTube works and you wanted to understand, first of all, why I got in the debt that I did, and second of all, how you can do the same thing and do it safely so that you can leverage the money that you have to make a lot more money and put yourself in a situation where you have a huge passive income. All that I ask you to do is smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell, and we're gonna cover why debt is freaking awesome. Why everyone that comes in and says, Chandler, you're an idiot for using debt is wrong, and everything that I've done to make sure that I'm protected so that this debt is always going to be a good thing, even if crap does hit the fan. So, first thing, the reason the debt is awesome is it helps you leverage your money. The example I always use is if you have $100,000 and you go out and purchase a property that costs $100,000, that property is going to pay you, let's say, $1,000 a month. Where alternatively, if you broke up that $100,000 and put 25% down, you could purchase 4 properties. This means that you're getting 4 times the appreciation, which is what happens just naturally because all properties go up in value. You can get almost 4 times the cash flow, and the reason I say almost is because you do have a mortgage to pay. However, because you have a smaller amount invested, your actual return on that money is more. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, you're just gonna have to trust me or go watch this video because it's going to explain how using leverage actually gives you a higher percentage return on your cash flow because you're able to get cash flow from 4 different properties. So you've got appreciation, you've got cash flow, but by using leverage, you also have principal pay down, which is paying down the loan. It's like putting money into your property. And so you're getting this huge benefit of principal pay down and all of the tax benefits that come from using leverage. Now, a lot of people understand this and they'll say, okay, Chandler, so you can get like a 30 or 40% return by leveraging your money when you could have gotten a 5 to 10% return by not leveraging your money. That's awesome, but if crap hits the fan, what are you gonna do? You're totally screwed. Well, there are a couple things that I've done to safeguard myself. Now, just so you know, that $5 million plus in debt is all in real estate. And what's tied to that is something called equity. What this means is I've put a down payment on all of my properties, but a lot of these properties have gone up in value. And so I actually just checked, and right now, of the property that I own, less than 60% of it is debt. That means that over 40% of it is equity. So if the worst of worst were to happen and I needed to sell all of my properties, as long as the market didn't drop over 40%, I could sell all of them and still have money to take out of those properties. Now, would I ever do that? Absolutely not. There would never be a reason for that. And everyone's example that they bring is, oh, Chandler, what if there's a 25% drop in the market? Well, if there's a 25% drop in the market, I still have 15% in equity in these properties that if I sold them all, I'd still have a huge payday. Now, would I lose money? Yeah, because I had probably 25% down in a lot of these properties. However, the thing that you're forgetting is a lot of these properties have equity that's been added because the properties have drastically gone up in value. An example of this is a property I bought last year that was about $2 million that now is worth $3 million. So on that specific property, I have a ton of extra equity. And so I'm in a situation where even if the property was to drop by 25%, I would actually still have a lot of my money that I had put into it, if not all of it, that I could take out of it. Now I'd lose this equity that I'd acquired by buying right, but I wouldn't, because I still would have gained cash flow in the process, and I most likely would still be up from where I started, from the original money that I had put in. So for those that are saying, oh no, Chandler, what if it drops 25%? All of your properties lose 25% of your value. Well, worst case scenario, I go and sell all these properties and I'm pretty much at break even from the money that I had put in, if not in the positive, because I bought them so well. Now, the reason I say this is the worst case scenario is, why would I ever sell these properties? And here's what I mean by that. Every property that I have purchased, I keep 6 months to a year worth of reserves. And lately I've decided I want to stay a lot closer to a year. That means if not a single tenant paid rent, I could be able to pay my bills, my mortgages, my expenses for an entire year. Now, let me tell you how absolutely insane that is. I have 99 tenants, about to be 114 tenants. That would mean all of them, literally all of them, for an entire year would decide, Chandler, we don't want to pay you anything in rent. It would also mean that something had happened where I couldn't rent to literally anyone else. And that would have to happen where for some reason my insurance wouldn't have covered me. So if the building burns down, if something happens to the building, if I get a flood, whatever it is, all those things are covered by insurance. So it would have to somehow be something that would eliminate all of my tenants for a year. I can't find any new tenants and it's not covered by my insurance. So you start to say, well, Chandler, that wouldn't happen. And my answer to you is, yeah, you're right. It wouldn't happen. It would take something absolutely catastrophic where the last thing on my mind would be my apartments, because I would probably be saying, hey, bank, you can have them. The whole world's blowing up and I'm going to keep all those reserves and live off of those. So first of all, you've got these properties that I could sell. Second of all, you would have to have something absolutely catastrophic happen. And thirdly, you've got to remember, I bought these properties with absurdly strong cash flow. So even if the properties go way down in value or tenants don't fill them, I have the ability to lower rents by over 25% and still be in the positive. I would still be making money. I'd be able to pay my mortgage and still be making money if I had to drop my rents by 25% in all of my properties. So if things got crazy and I had to drop them by 25% to keep people in there, I would just be at break even, not to mention the fact that I have all of these reserves that I set aside. And so for those people that say, Chandler, you shouldn't use leverage, you shouldn't use debt, you're so foolish. I know right now you're making 4 times the return because you were smart and used leverage, but just you wait, you're gonna get screwed over. Dave Ramsey said so. You're an idiot. And I know that sounds harsh, but you are. You don't understand how this works. And I know you've listened to Dave Ramsey and he said debt is bad, but here's the deal. All businesses use debt and successful businesses know how to use it properly. Successful investors know how to use it properly. And so for those of you out there that are saying, Chandler, you should stay away from debt, I'm never gonna touch it, go for it. You do you. But I want you to understand you're passing on 4 times plus the returns if you would have used debt. Now you can go out and you can buy a property in cash and that's awesome. Congratulations, good for you. You're gonna get a mediocre return and that's gonna be great. And you're gonna have to save forever and you're gonna grind, and unless you're making millions and millions of dollars and buying properties in cash, you're probably never really gonna make that much from investing in real estate. Now it'll be great, it might provide you with a subpar retirement, but leverage is the way to invest. And if you're gonna say, Dave Ramsey said not to, or this guy said not to, or you're gonna get screwed when it crashes, here's the deal. You might if you use debt improperly. But if you have a year worth of reserves, if you have huge cash flow, if you have properties that you're not over leveraged on, and you've purchased right and you've added value, and you have huge equity and huge cash flow and everything else that I've talked about, I can promise you debt can be a huge asset. It can help you get more appreciation, more cash flow, principal pay down, better tax benefits. It can help you grow much faster. It can help you acquire a lot more real estate, control a lot more assets, and get to the point where you are in an incredible place. Now, it's not easy. Just because I use debt doesn't mean this is easy. You've got to find good deals. You've got to make sure you don't over leverage. You've got to do things right and add value to properties and keep reserves and not overextend yourself. But that's why I say use debt properly. So for those of you out there that I guarantee are going to comment on this video, I'm begging you to do it. Please comment below how foolish debt is. And all of you that have educated yourself after watching this video, I want you to blow them up in the comments, because here's the deal. Debt is a tool like anything else, and any tool can be used improperly, but when used properly, it can put you in an absolutely incredible situation. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell. And I apologize for sitting on the floor if I caught you off guard with a clickbaity thumbnail. However, I really wanted to get this point across, and that is, please use debt properly. And if you use debt properly, you'll put yourself in a situation where you win big. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in my future videos where my goal is to help you to build a huge passive income. Thanks, guys.